Hey guys, welcome back. Sweating like a pig, but I guess pigs don't sweat, do they? So anyway, sweating like a human. A little muggy out here today. We had a big rainstorm last night. So anyway, did a couple of things on the car since the last update. And I also want to give you kind of a tour of some of the details that we've been working on. And talk about what's next. So let's go take a look. So first things first, I put in another gas shock for the door. It seems to help it from slamming down a little bit, and gives it a little bit more oomph when you're trying to lift the door. So yeah, it worked out pretty well. They don't interfere with each other, and they're working pretty good. So I'm pretty happy with that. I still have to do the other side over there. But in order to do that, I have to turn the car around in the garage. So that's next on our list. I got to trim out the windshield here. So we're going to be doing that soon. Then once we get all these things functioning, I think it's time to move on to body work. But we're going to take care of some of the details first. First one is we've got these guys in, these quarter, you saw those go in. I got the right seal. The problem is that when I lift the window up, it binds a little bit, and I've got to figure out where that's going on, and then so I can get the windows coming up nice and smooth when no matter what situation we're in. Now, I didn't get all the glass all the way down, but man, I got it close. So it was tough within the confines of that door. I'll have to take a look at some of the pictures I took of the original, or the real one, and see how far the glass came down in that case. The other thing we have to do is we have to fill this gap here. So I'm 3D printing a part right now. So I'll show that to you on the computer. But it'll fill this, and then it'll cover this part here. And then I have another one that I'm printing out of plastic that will cover this gap here and this gap here from the quarter window. So we still have to design that, and that'll go on both sides to seal it up nicely, because I don't want this big gap here for down the road. So let's talk about the shifting. I did all that work to try to isolate the cables from heat, which frankly is a good thing to do anyway. But that wasn't the real problem. The real problem was the air in the clutch line. So even though the clutch felt solid, it was not allowing me to engage the gears properly, especially when the engine was running. So if the engine was off, I could slide it into gear easily. If the engine was on, I'd have problems because there was some drag, and the clutch was not completely disengaging. So got the air out of the lines. Still have a few bubbles in there that I've got to get out. There's potentially a very, very slow leak, which is something that we have to take care of. On the steering side, you remember us having to go through pretty great lengths on the steering. So we did that. I went and moved the brake line and the clutch line to get it out of the way of the wheels. And then now we can go lock to lock without rubbing on anything, which is really nice. And we can do that either in this shape, which is lowered, or when it's raised up. So that has been solved too. So those are some big mechanical issues that I've solved. Also, getting in and out of the car is now a lot easier. So you can get in, and then we can close the door, and it closes nice. So we'll have to, we still have to put some sound deadening in here to make sure that we get a nicer sound rather than the glass kind of rattling around in the door. So here's the piece that's going to fit here, kind of fill those gaps. So this one is not, this was the first test piece. So I made some adjustments and that's printing now, but this hole will be filled up and stuff like that. So hopefully it'll trim out real nice. So we'll see as we go forward. That's the beauty of 3D printing is that we can, you know, test pieces out very quickly because it's hard to get exact dimensions off of what you've done, especially in a hand-built car. So this is going to help us trim this whole thing out so that it looks the part. But you know, there's a lot of details you have to take care of, like, you know, these corners down here suck, and so eventually I'll take care of those and get those tightened up. You know, the interface here between these two will get covered up or fixed, just so it'll look nice and not like a, well, not like a replica piece of crap. But anyway, we move forward. So that's a quick update for where we're at and what we're doing. A lot of this is not easy work, and I'm trying to be a little bit better about being careful. So if you haven't subscribed, please do, and we'll see you next time.